Naghahanap ka ba ng video upang maintindihan ang function at application nito? Huwag kang mag-alala. Welcome to Matnubay Channel. I am Mr. Jobert Siridor, ang inyong Matnubay. Let's try to evaluate functions. This is very basic. When you are in junior high school, basically, nagawa nyo na ito. Okay, how to evaluate function? Very easy. I-substitute lamang natin yung value or whatever value ng ating variable. Okay? Sige. So, the lesson objective at sa ating topic na to is to evaluate function and solve problems involving evaluating of functions. So, in a machine, di ba? Basically, in a machine, the x variable is the input variable and the value of y is the variable is computed based on the x. So, meaning, the input, whatever things nga ating i-input, the result is the output. Halimbawa, our input is doing hard work in mathematics subject, the output is to get good grades, something like that. Pag hindi mag-effort, wala nga pala. Ito. Ayan. So, yung nasa gitna is the rule or the function or the equation. Ayan. Okay? So, evaluating function means replacing the variable in the function, in this case, x, with the value from the function's domain and computing the results. All we need to do is to replace the value of our variable. Again, in this case, we will use x. Okay? Or, any variable will do. To denote that we are evaluating f of x at the same time, for some x in the domain of f. So, we can, actually guys, we can write y into f of x. So, pariho lamang yun sila. Yung f of x at saka yung y natin. So, these are the property of substitution property of equality. So, balikan natin yung grade junior high school natin. So, the substitution property of equality states that if x is equal to y, then x can be substitute for y. For y. In any equation. So, meaning, like, x is equal to 1. So, meaning, I can substitute all values of x into 1. Something like that. And y can be substituted by x in any value of the equation. So, vice versa. That's why tinatawag siya na substitution property of equality. So, if we know that x is equal to y, and we have the equation x plus 5 is equal to 7, then we can substitute y for x and write the equation of y plus 5 is equal to 7. Okay? So, pag y na naman yung hahanapin natin, we have, since equality man, so, pag y is equal to x, pag x is equal to y. That's an example. Bawala yun siya. This is very important. Why it is important? Take note. The substitution property of equality makes algebra possible. Take note. If we do not use this property in algebra, we could not be able to plug in unknown values for the variables into mathematical expression and equation. So, meaning, pag hindi siya, if we can't use the substitution of equality, so in other words, it is impossible to do the process of algebra. Okay? So, since in algebra, we can substitute any values naman depending on the situation, that's why it is possible. Okay? That's it. So, let's try to evaluate now a function. So, example, evaluate a function f of x is equal to x squared minus 4. So, this is the function. Now, ano yung mga i-substitute natin? We have negative 4, negative 2, 0, 2, and 4. So let's start with x is equal to negative 4. Ayan. So we have f of x is equal to x squared minus 4. So we have f of negative 4. Sir, ano nangyari sa x? Since our value of x is negative 4, so that's why we have f of negative 4. There are cases na yung x, hindi na maglagay ng ganito, direct na nakalagay ng f of negative 4. There are cases na ganon. But in this example, it is specifically stated that x is equal to negative 4. Pero pag ganito na yung, pag nakaplug na yung negative 4 dito sa ating f of x, it implies that the value of our variable x is negative 4. Follow? And since mag-substitute tayo sa ating variable, always enclose in parentheses if meron siyang exponent. Okay? So in this case, negative 4 yung ating variable x. So yung variable x, napalitan na natin ng negative 4 squared minus 4. Why? Parenthesis very important. Pag hindi siya naka-enclose sa parenthesis, yung magiging sagot is negative 16. Okay? Pag naka-enclose siya sa parenthesis, in other words, we need also to square the negative. Okay? That's the reason behind. So substitute, calculators, the result is 12. Now, pag 0 naman, same process, substitute, the result is negative 4. Pag 2 naman, same process, the result is 0. And for 4 naman, same process, substitute, the result is 12. Okay? I think there is an error. This is 0, 2. Dapat, this is 2 guys, sorry. So this is 2. So this is f of 2 and this is 4. Hindi lang siya na-edit. Okay. Next example, evaluate this one. So same process, we have x, so on and so forth. Yan. So substitute lahat ng variable x. Lahat talaga sa palitan natin siya ng ating value ng variable. So we have negative 1, so on and so forth. The result is this one. Okay? Pag 5 naman, we have this one. So substitute 5, all variable x, and the result is this one. Now, pag 1/2 naman, same process. Magiging 1/2, so on and so forth. Then the result is this one. Okay? This is very easy actually if we have calculators and all. Sige, let's continue. Okay? So we're done with the evaluating of function. Let's proceed now to the 6 operations of functions. This is very easy. Again, there is no evaluation for this one. All we need to do is to perform the operation. Okay, reminder lamang sa ating operation of functions. Always bear in mind that in addition, going back when you are in junior high school, meron tayong tinatawag na addition, subtraction of integers. Okay, so balikan natin yun. Diba, in addition of integers, all we need to do is to direct combine the integers. But in subtraction, we need to change first, right? We need to change first the subtrahend before tayo ma-proceed sa addition. Tama? Yan ang ating subtraction. While for multiplication, same thing. Multiply lang lahat. Pag even yung exponent, magiging negative siya. Pag even ang exponent, magiging positive. Pag odd, magiging negative. So on and so forth. So we will go through that. Okay, let's proceed now to addition of functions. So ito yung ating learning objective. Okay, the formula for addition of function is we have f of x f plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x. This f and g are functions. So wherein ito, whatever values ating f of x and whatever values ating g of x ay i-substitute lamang at i-combine. Now, the problem for addition is always think that in addition, we need to combine only the like terms. Remember, we need to combine only the like terms. We can't combine them all. Okay? Again, we can't combine them all. So meaning, always find the like terms. Ano yung mga like terms? Yung pareho ng exponent, kapareho ng variable, something like that. Okay? Sige, example. If we have f of x is equal to 3x minus 2 and g of x is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 3, find f plus g of x. Okay. Yung gagawin lang natin is we will use the formula. We have f plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x. So ano yung value nating f of x? We have, so i-input natin ito. We have 3x minus 2, kaya 3x minus 2 dito na side, plus the value of our g of x, we have x squared plus 2x minus 3. So that's why ganyan. Then perform the operation by combining like terms. Remember, like terms. So yung gagawin natin is hahanapan natin yung mga kapareho lamang. Si x squared, since walang kapareho, steady lang yan siya. Tapos plus 2x. So whatever sign will be, dapat na siya? Will be copied. Okay? So I mean, whatever sign, dapat yun din natin i-use. Plus 3x minus 3 minus 2. Minus 3 minus 2. Okay, again, combine like terms. So, yun na talaga for addition para dili ka mag-reason. Then, add or subtract. So, we have here the result. We have x squared plus 5x minus 5. Again, dili ka maka-add na nila tanan. Since lahi na siyang term, si x squared, si x of c, coefficient na 5. Okay? Follow? Follow. Next, example. Add the functions f of x, g of x, and h of x. So, meaning, tatlo sila. So, pag tatlo, same process again. Kahit 5 pa yan siya, 6, 7, 8, 10, 10. Always remember, sa addition, combine like terms. Remember that one. So, input natin yung functions. Ito na yung result. Tapos, combine like terms. So, since si x cubed dito na side, wala siyang kapareho. So, steady lang yan siya. X squared, tapos 3x minus x, minus 9x, plus may x pa din siya. So, i-combine talaga natin lahat ng like terms. Okay? Add them all to get the result. Okay? Ayan. That's it for addition. Let's proceed now to subtraction. Addition and subtraction is different in terms of the operation of functions. Because we need to go back sa ating adding and subtracting integers. In adding, yung always remember lang natin is we need to combine like terms. Yun lang, isa lamang. Sa subtraction naman, always think the two process. First is, don't forget to change the sign of the subtrahend. Meaning, yung subtraction natin, i-distribute natin siya sa lahat ng terms meron tayo. Okay? Again, i-distribute natin siya sa lahat ng terms meron tayo. Okay? Halimbawa, this one, if g of x and h of x, so on and so forth, find g minus h of x. Okay? So, if mapansin ninyo, not all the time we use g and f of x. So, we have h of x, so on and so forth. Basta, always follow this one, the arrangement. Meaning, mauna yung G bago si H. So, titingnan lang natin yung ating question. Find the f minus g of x. Therefore, so isubtract down natin yung g of x sa ating h of x. So, substitute lamang. So, magiging result, this one. Okay? In addition, we can directly add them all. We can directly combine like terms. But in subtraction, remember, we need to change first the sign of our subtrahend. So all we need to do is to distribute first. So again, change the sign of the subtrahend. We need to distribute first muna sa ating lahat ng term. Like this. And like that. So we have negative times negative 4x magiging plus 4x squared plus 5x squared plus 4x minus 2. Then that's the time now na we can combine like terms. So same process sa ating addition, pwede na tayong mag-combine like terms. So hanapin itong same like terms para ma-combine natin siya, then get the result. Okay? This is very easy lang talaga. Sige, next example. Okay, next example. Proceed tayo sa example number 4. Wala na pala example number 4. Bago tayo mag-proceed sa multiplication, again, bago ko i-discuss yung multiplication, okay, bago mag-proceed sa multiplication, recap muna natin. Again, yung addition, remember, we need to directly combine like terms. Pagdating subtraction, we need to change first the subtrahend bago tayo mag-same process sa addition. Hello? Now, in multiplication, walang problema ito dahil we can combine them all. We can multiply them all regardless of their variables, exponent, and everything. But remember, sa multiplication, yung exponent naman natin yung ating remember, wherein we need to add their exponent. Remember, we need to add their exponent. Okay? So, f of x times g of x, multiply lang down natin itong f of x sa g of x. This is very basic dahil FOIL method lamang. Okay? So, multiply natin itong 3x dito na side. At the same time, 2x dito na side. So, again, this illustration is parang showing for the FOIL method, ipon. Okay? So, giganyan ko lang dahil para mas maintindihan ninyo. So, again, multiply using FOIL method. Then, same process, multiply. So, we have here the result. Ayan, so on and so forth. Then, get the result. Okay, so we have negative 3x4 minus, so we have negative 15x cubed since plus 2x cubed. So, like terms man ito, like terms din. So, that's the time now na i-subtract natin. So, since we have negative at positive, di ba, subtract yun siya, multiplication, addition and subtraction of integers. So, we have negative 13x cubed plus 10 squared. Okay? Si multiplication, i-multiply natin sila lahat, makumbine natin sila lahat sa multiplication. Pero after natin sila ma-multiply, we will do the same process in combining like terms. Again, remember, we will multiply, ma-multiply natin sila lahat regardless sa kanilang variable and exponent. But before we arrive in the final answer, we need to do the same process sa ating addition. Okay? Naintindihan? Hopefully, naintindihan. Another example. So, multiply this one, f of x times g of x. Solution. So, we arrive this. So, medyo mahaba-haba yung solution na to. Then, we come up with this. Dayon, proceed tayo sa addition. Then, combine like terms. Then, we get the final answer. Okay? So, you can, actually, you can resolve that one if you want para meron tayong retention. Basta always remember the things na dapat ninyong pakatandaan. So, after multiplying, proceed tayo sa addition, and then, combine natin sila lahat. Combine like terms. And always just combine like terms. Okay? Sige, division tayo. Sa division naman, guys, we will follow the formula f of x over g of x. So, meaning, whatever variable, if it's f of x or h of x, so i-follow lang talaga natin yun siya, yung formula. Sige, example, we have f of x is equal to 2 plus x plus 3, then g of x squared plus 2x minus 3, f of g times x. Okay. So, division naman is our goal this time is dapat meron tayong makancel. Now, how to do it? If ma-factor it out, i-factor it out. Pag may ma-cancel out, may i-cancel out. Pero, sir, is it necessary na we need to cancel out, we need to factor out? Yeah, it is necessary that we need to factor out. But, if walang ma-cancel out, it's okay. Okay? It's okay pag walang ma-cancel out. At the same time, pag hindi siya ma-factor out. Pero pag ma-factor out siya, then after factoring, meron tayong ma-cancel out, much better. Okay? Like in this example, since it is stated that f of g, meaning yung f, yung numerator natin, g of x yung denominator natin. So we have this one. So input the two functions. Then, sir, what if sir ganyan, hindi na siya ma-factor out tapos wala tayong ma-multiply? That's the answer. What's the problem? Diba? Wala naman tayong problema doon. Pero, we need to factor it out dahil ang denominator ay ma-factor it out. Tama? So, we can factor the denominator. So, factor niya is x plus 3 tapos x minus 1. And, take note, meron siyang ma-cancel out. Ma-cancel yung x plus 3 kasi same sila. So, x plus 3 divided by x plus 3, 1. Tama? 1 man yun sila if we try to divide. Then, we have this answer. Sir, bakit may 1 sa numerator? Diba 1x plus 3 divided by x plus 3, 1 man yung result. So, 1 yung maiwan sa baba. 1 over 1. 1 times x minus 1. Diba? X minus 1 pa rin. So, that's why merong 1 sa taas as numerator. Okay? Pero what if, sir, baliktad sila? May 1 pa ba sa denominator? Literally speaking, meron siyang denominator. Lahat ng, lahat ng integer or lahat ng, like, equation, may over 1 din siya lahat. Diba? Yan ang natutunan junior high school tayo. Okay. Last example for division. So, let's say we have this one. So, input natin two functions. Pag walang ma-factor out, walang i-factor out. Pag meron, much better. At the same time, pag may ma-divide, much better. So, since ma-factor it out sa ating numerator at denominator, therefore, x plus 2, rather, x plus 2 over x plus 2 is 1. So, 1 yan siya. So, we have this final answer. Di ba? Very easy lamang. Na next ko. Okay, next. Halimbawa, this one. Same process. Pag may ma-factor out, much better. Pag wala. Ayan. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, meron tayong na-factor out both numerator and denominator. Then, since wala tayong ma-cancel out, therefore, yan na yung sagot. So, what's the problem? Diba? Wala naman. That's it for division. Now, there are another two operation, which is the composition of functions. Please, focus lang tayo sa ating composition of function. I want to emphasize this one dahil medyo mahirap talaga siya. Diba, in evaluating functions, we can substitute any value of our variable depending on the situation. In composition of function, we will do the same process in evaluating functions. Kaso lang, yung mga i-substitute natin is coming from the function. Okay? Sir, how to identify that one? Sige, later on, we will go through sa discussion. So, example, like this. So, we will use this formula, guys. So, we have f of g of x. Pag ganito yung ating situation, pag nauna yung f of g of x, or like this, di ba, ano yung mapansin ninyo pag naka-in closest parenthesis? In other words, siya ang ating gagamitin, or I mean, the value of g of x ang siyang isa-substitute natin sa ating variable x. Yun ang ibig sabihin. Sir, anong function ang gagamitin? We will use the f. Kasi siya yung nasa una. Again, we will use the function of f. Now, to evaluate the function of f, we will substitute it from the g of x. Libog. Okay. So, example, para mas maintindihan. If f of x is equal to the square root of x and g of x is equal to x squared minus 1, find f of g of x and g of f of x. Wherein, uunahin muna natin itong f of g of x. Okay. In this situation, guys, we have here the values of f of x and g of x. Tama? Okay. Since unahin natin itong f of g of x, since f, we will use the function of f. We will use the function of f. Sorry. We will use the function of f. Okay? So, what is the function of f? We have f square root of x. Okay? So, gilargo na ko siya. I mean, I directly put it as g of x. So, again, I use f of x. So, ano yung ating f of x? We have square root of x. Now, what is the value of our variable x? The value of our variable x is g of x. Ito, g of x. Okay? Now, remember that merong function si g of x. My God. Sorry. Diba, merong function si g of x. Okay? Ano yung equivalent ni g of x? Ang equivalent ni g of x is x squared minus 1. Therefore, this one, or ito ang ating i-substitute. Ito ang ating i-substitute sa ating variable x. Yan ang ibig sabihin. That's why may g of x dyan as the value of our variable x. Kaya may g of x sa ating dito sa square root of x instead. Kaya nalagyan siya ng g of x dahil ang value ng ating variable x is from g of x. Hopefully, did you understand? Ayan. Sir, anong nangyari? Ba't naging x squared minus 1? Because the value of g of x is x squared minus 1. Okay? That's it. Then, perform the operation. If ever, ma-square root siya, square root. Pag hindi, hindi. So, yan na yung sagot. Diba very easy lamang? Okay? Let's proceed. Let's proceed now to g of f of x. Now, baliktad naman. Pag gf of x, we will use this formula. So, mauna naman yung g. So, ayan. G of f of x. Okay? Now, ano naman ang gagamitin natin na equation? So, we will use now the g. Ito. What is the equation of g? Is x squared minus 1. So, ano yung value ng ating x squared minus 1? Ano yung value na ito ang x? So, since we will use x squared minus 1, now the value of our x is f of x. Okay? Now, what is the f of x? Our f of x is square root of x. So, yan ang ating isubstitute to arrive this one. Follow? Okay? Then, square root of x squared, it's x. So, we have x minus 1 as our final answer. Okay? So, always remember, sige, I will give you a shortcut. So, titingnan lang natin kung ano yung variable na una. Like this, in this example, since nauna yung f, we will use the function of f. Ito. So, ito yung gagamitin natin, function of f. Kaya nagiging square root of g of x siya. Okay? Now, ang isa-substitute naman natin dito sa ating x is coming from the g of x. Follow? The g of x. That's why nagiging x squared minus 1. Since wala na tayong magawa dyan, yun na yung sagot. Now, pagbaliktad, pag si g naman yung nauna, we will use the function or equation of g of x. Tapos, ang isa-substitute naman natin is yung from f of x. The value of our f of x is x, square root of x. So that's why nagiging square root of x. Yeah! And that's it. Sige, another example para mas maintindihan. Sige, let's say we have f of x plus 4x minus 2 and g of x is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 1. Find f of g of x and f of g of f of x. Okay, uunahin muna natin yung f of g of x. Okay, now, again, ano yung unang titingnan natin? Yung first variable. Since our first variable is f of g of x, in other words, we will use this equation. Okay? So, ano yung equation natin? We have 4x minus 2. Now, ano naman ang isa-substitute natin later on sa x na meron si 4x? I from g of x. Very good. So, we have this one. So, gi-plug in ko na. We have 4x minus 2. Ang value ng ating variable x is g of x. Okay? So, now, what is the value of g of x? The value of g of x is ito, x squared minus 2x. Kaya, ganito ang nangyari. Okay? Kaya, ganyan ang nangyari, guys. This is coming from g of x. Sir, what is na meron pa dyang x, and so on and so forth. You need to substitute lahat ng may variable x. Okay? Lahat ng may variable. Then, what's next? Distribute 4. Ayan, so we have 4x squared plus 8x minus 4. Then, combine like terms. Ayan. Diba this very easy lamang? Sige, baliktad naman. Let's say g of f of x. Pag g f of x, ano naman yung gagamitin equation natin? So we will use the g function. What is the g function? We have x squared plus 2x minus 1. Ayan. Ano yung isa-substitute natin sa lahat ng variable? Is from f of x. Kaya, ang x, instead of x squared, nagiging f of x squared plus 2f of x minus 1. Kung mapapansin ninyo, meron tayong dalawang variable x, lahat sila ay ating palitan from f of x. Okay? Now, what is the value of f of x? So, the value of f of x is 4x minus 2. Yan din ang ipapalit natin. So, we have this one. So, we have 4x minus 2 squared plus 2 times x minus 2 minus 1. Then, perform the operation. So, since ito ay ma-FOIL method, then ito, distribute, then remain ang 1. So, magiging ganito na yung resulta. Okay? So, pag i-FOIL natin ito na yung result, guys. And, so we have 8. So, we have 16 squared minus 16x plus 4 plus this one. We have 8x minus 4 minus 1. Okay? Then, combine like terms. What is the result? We have this one. Okay. And that's it. And that's it. Okay? So, ayan. So, hopefully, naintindihan pag may mga katanungan, don't hesitate to ask questions. So, I think that's all for this day. Thank you so much for watching this video tutorial. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye!